It is 11/11/25, November 11th, 2025. We're gonna do 10 sets of 10 on this dip bar, you hear me? Something real light, something just to get this chest warmed up. We're gonna discuss these melanated beings on this earth finally waking up to who they are. Finally waking up to their power. Us finally waking up to our true history, because it's a rich history. It's a blessed history. It's written in one of the most talked about history books in the world. We have an author who's written a book about us and our ancestors. An author that can write in stone tablets with his finger. You know, they fooled the entire world to believe that the people over in that country, Israel, are the reason why this country, the United States, is blessed. When truly, it's the Most High Yahuwah's hidden ones in this country, his hidden seed. Set two, let's go back. But now, we are waking up to who we truly are. We're waking up to our true power, our true potential. Whatever we put our hands on, he said he'll bless if we follow his statutes and commandments. Whatever we put our hands on. But see what they did, they tricked us to go get jobs. They tricked us to give our time away, give our energy away to someone else's dream, someone else's opportunity, someone else's business instead of creating our own. But it's scary, right? Still trying to work that job that they've told you that gives you comfort, that's paying your bills, because you're afraid to lose your place. You're afraid to be homeless, afraid to go without for some time. I understand it. I can understand that fear. I can understand the fear of not being able to feed your family, you know, because you got to eat every day. That's what they trained you. Eat 3 square meals, 4 square meals, 5 meals a day. Continually eat. That's what it takes to survive. Constantly feeding the machine. And then the fear of what people will say. What would they say if I quit? What would they say if I fail? What would they think? Newsflash, they're gonna talk about you anyway. They don't support you anyway. If they supported you, they would have helped you goddamn start the business. Create something for yourself. Instead of following the same cycle that they've created for themselves. But we're in the time of revelation, the time of the great reveal. We're waking up. We've just got to lose the fear and use the ability that God has given us, the talents that he's given us, and just go for it. And stay away, run away from sin, because sin is our biggest distraction. We all got a distraction. We all got a sinful distraction, the flesh, whether it's the opposite sex or maybe it's a strong drink. Maybe it's a strong drug. Who knows? We all got our own issues. That's one thing. We all got our own things we're battling. If we put our trust in God, that's what it takes. Putting our trust in God, giving those things over to God, asking him to fight those battles for us, fight alongside of us. He knows everything we're going through. What they say about Santa Claus, he knows when you're awake. He knows when you've been bad or good. Oh, that's God. They just tried to give the glory to some made up character. He knows what you're going through. He knows what you're fighting, and he longs for us to turn away from it. He longs for us to turn away from that sin so he can bless us. Because if he blesses us in our sin, that sin along with that blessing will ruin us, maybe even unalive us. Some of us fighting fleshly desires. If we receive the blessings that God gives us, those fleshly desires would take over our world. We would have all access to them. So we got to get right first if we really want to see the blessings that the Most High Yahuwah can give us. This is the time to receive it. That's why they're setting up all these distractions in the world, trying to great reset us, because they know it's our time to manifest. It's our time to create. It's our time to find ourselves.
That's how we get it, baby. Yeah. I'm done now.
It's our time to find who we truly are, not who they've created us to be, through their indoctrination camps and their programming. No, we got to find ourselves, the businessmen and businesswomen we could really be, the evangelists, the prophets that we really are, so we can really get the abundance that's owed to us, the abundance that we perceive now, being able to, barely pay our bills. Well, we can have it all if we find who we are, find out who we are and realize who we truly are, but as well, if we all come together and break out of this system. Because now the system's trying to reset. The system is trying to recalibrate and bring about a new way to govern us, a new way to keep us suppressed. The near future is going to either be that you're poor or you're rich. And it seems like we only have a little bit of time, a limited amount of time to try to gain some wealth. We may just got a few years to pivot where we are right now and what we're doing right now, so we can truly gain some wealth. They're trying to replace all jobs, as many jobs as possible, with AI systems, with robots, with artificial intelligence. It doesn't matter where you are. They want to put a robot in your place. And they're telling you it's because it's for cost and, the other things to do with having humans, working. But really, it's all a part of the agenda. So you're dependent on the system. The next cog is to give everybody universal incomes, universal IDs. That's what they're talking about. Well, we'll give you $2,000. They're just testing out the system. They want to see who really wants it, who's going to take it. Everybody on social media is talking about it. Where that $2,000 at? Nah, I want more than $2,000. I want my freedom. I want true freedom. I want true abundance. I want to be able to go where I want to go, when I want to go, and earn a living on my own property, create my own crops, have my own livestock. But they don't want us to have that. You can't even come in this country with seeds and things that other countries are able to do. I've just left the DR. Fruit just grows on the trees out there. You can just be walking down the street in many areas and just pick some fresh fruit right off the tree. Where can you do that here? Where can you pick some fresh fruit right off the tree here? Pineapples here, almost $5 a pineapple. And we're just okay with it. We're just dealing with it here. What is it gonna take when it's $15 a pineapple or when there's no pineapple on the shelf? We'll just deal with it then. We'll put up with that too. Our best solution is to find a way to become self-sustainable, not relying on this system, because that's exactly the way this thing is moving. Are one of those people gonna be you? Are you gonna be one of those people when all the chips fall, when all the agendas are set in place and they're ready to move this thing forward? Are you gonna be one of the ones reliant on the system? One of the ones that's gonna take that chip? Who's gonna take the chip? Who's gonna take the chip? Who's gonna take the shot? Who's gonna take the microchip or the implant in the skull or in the hand? Who's gonna be the first one to sign up for that digital identification just to keep your job, just to eat? Won't be me. I'm relying solely on the protection of the Most High God. It is highly important for us to create a relationship with the Most High. It is highly important to learn his real name, learn his statutes, start following his Sabbath days, set apart days that he's established. These things help us keep a connection, staying in that word. I love the word of God. I love the word. Every time I read it, there's more fresh revelation over chapters that I've read multiple times. I read it and I'm like, I read something I've already read again, and I'm like, man, how did I miss this download? But it's our time, folks. It is really our time to be where we want to be, go where we want to go. We can't serve two masters. You cannot serve two masters. You've got to just serve the Most High. You got to put all your trust in him. I trust him blindly. I trust him foolishly sometimes. You know what I mean? In a foolish way is how I put my trust in the Most High. I live my life on the edge of my seat, trusting God to protect me, to provide for me, to keep guiding me. And I make mistakes. I've made some mistakes here in this recent past. But I'm getting myself back in alignment, and that's all we got to do. We just got to find our way back to him. We've got to go through those cycles of righteousness like David talks about. He leads me through cycles of righteousness for his name's sake. My favorite verses, my favorite prayer. Yahuwah is my shepherd, and I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me by still waters. Love it. He's here for us, you know what I mean? He desires a relationship with us. We just got to keep getting better, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get my body in greater shape, running more, waking up more earlier. It's a daily progress. You know what I mean? We already got things that we've got to deal with on a daily basis. We've got to break out of those depressions, break out of those negative mindsets, and keep getting better. He sees our effort. Whew. One more set, baby. Ah, yeah, oh man. 10 by 10, I can feel that.